Gentlemen, I hope you can hear okay. You haven't heard anything from the group yet, so similar to 2 weeks ago, sound check's the first song. But, you know, that's the dynamics of music, right? I'm Corey Champion. I'm responsible for, I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. Well, hi there, Mac. Former student. Just want to run through the sponsors for this summer, as we've gotten a couple more here this week. First of all, I want to thank Gospel Barn Music Incorporated, the Gospel Barn south of town, for hosting us when the air has been yucky, or it's been way too hot with heat warnings, etc., etc. Today turned out to be a wonderful day. Caldwell Banker normally brings popcorn, but they can't get to a table, so they left. No judgment. They looked and spied and decided it was, these guys weren't here yet, so we could have moved stuff. More Insurance, Bildner, Donahue, they're accountants, by the way. Drew's Place at Hillsdale, Ryan and Bradshaw, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, County National Bank. New ones this week, All Aboard Travel, Grant Baker, and Walmart. So as you go in to any, if you're local and you shop at More Insurance is your insurance agency, thank them. Bildner Donahue is your accountant, thank them. If you have family members at Drew's Place, thank them, or friends. If you need plumbing, heating, cooling, and your air conditioner's on the fritz, give Ryan and Bradshaw a call and thank them. If you bank at County National, thank them. We appreciate it. If you're planning a trip, All Aboard Travel, thank them. Or if you shop at Walmart, thank them. All right. The rest of the season, next week, myself and a couple other guys are going to do a Patriotic Americana concert here in the park. We're going to practice tomorrow for the second time. And then, how many of you remember the accordion duet last year? They're going to finish us off in 2 weeks. Squeeze 2. Squeeze 2. That's Roman numeral 2, not T-O-O also. So, yeah, please, appreciate you coming. At some point in time through the evening, the ladies are going to pass buckets. I don't see the buckets, but I see the ladies. So that goes toward next year. Just to be clear, because it's been asked by an artist in the past, so is the offering for me? No, you got your check. You got your check, Phil. So that goes in to our account, so that we can continue to have these future years going. So also, if you have someone that you have in mind that would be a good fit, I'm gonna be honest, some people have had someone in mind that they thought was a really good fit, and I'm like, no. So we're trying to do our best to bring you the highest quality entertainment and musicianship that we can with the funds that we have available. And, you know, sometimes sweet talking really good groups like this to come for what we can pay. So with that, they're going to hold on a minute till I get back there to the soundboard and open up all their microphones. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the Jackson French Quarter Dixieland Band. No, I didn't. You're good. All right, that's it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a song called the Canal Street Blues, written in 1923 by a man by the name of Joe Oliver. He is known as King Oliver because he was the top trumpet player in New Orleans at that time, and the top trumpet player in New Orleans, starting with his predecessor, Buddy Bolden, was just called King. So he was called King Oliver. In 1917, he moved up to Chicago, and he was welcomed by the people in Chicago. People in Chicago loved the style of music too. And after about 2 or 3 years in Chicago, he called back to New Orleans, and he had a young kid trumpet player that he was giving lessons to, and he wanted him to come up and join him. So he did, and they had a 2-trumpet band, 2-cornet band actually. You might have heard of this kid that he brought up. His name was Armstrong, Louis Armstrong. So turns out that was a good choice by Mr. Oliver. Incidentally, I've noticed that somebody's recording us tonight, and that's fine. But there was a time in New Orleans, about 20 years ago, when every place that you go to watch a band play, they had signs up, absolutely no recording. And I thought that was odd. So I asked the proprietor of one of these stores one time, one of these bars, I said, why don't you allow recording? And he said, well, we find that it tends to disturb the musicians. And I thought, well, that's no problem with our band. We're pretty much disturbed anyway, so no problem with us. We're going to play a song now called Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie. This was written in 1905, and it became an amazing tradition in 1934 on the New York Stock Exchange, the last trading day of the year, in the heart of the Depression, mind you. And one of the traders started singing, Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie. And they asked him why he did that. And he said that was his sign of hope and optimism for the future. And it's a tradition. They still do it every year. If you happen to be watching a business show the last trading day of the year when the New York Stock Exchange closes, you might hear it. The tradition now is that the trader on the floor with the most tenure, the one that's been there the longest, is the one that leads the singing, Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie. I've seen that a couple of times on the Business Channel, and I always think to myself, I hope they're better at trading stocks than they are at singing. But we're going to do it for you now. Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie. And by the way, anytime you want to join Melinda Long, feel free to jump right in and sing, if you know the words. If you don't know the words, hey, you can make some up. Thank you. Wait till the sun shines, Nellie. You know, thinking about that, the sun shining and everything, I was reading something the other day, just a little reminder that Abraham Lincoln used to study by the light of a candle. Mozart used to compose a lot of his music by candlelight. And Galileo did much of his inventing by the light of an oil lamp. And I just had to wonder, why didn't they just do this during the day? Seems like it would make a lot more sense to me, but what are you going to do? Wait till the sun shines, by golly, yes. We're going to do a song now called, well, before I do, let me just, our band, French Quarter Band, I started this band in 1984, March of 1984, so we've been going for more than 42 years. And we have a lot of fun with this old-fashioned style of music. Thank you. Have a great time with it, and we'll probably just keep going as long as we're having fun and as long as the audience seems to like us, and that's we have a good time with it. And we're going to do a song now called Tiger Rag. And this song was actually played for a couple of years in New Orleans when it didn't even have a name. But a group called the Original Dixieland Jazz Band decided to record this. And in 1917, they made the first traditional jazz recording. And this was on one side, Tiger Rag was on one side, and Liver Stable Blues was on the other side. And they needed a name, so they called it Tiger Rag because a couple of the trombone players in New Orleans just put a growl in this song. So they called it Tiger Rag, and we're going to do it for you now, and we hope you enjoy it. All right. The Tiger Rag, by golly. Good old song. You know, I've got a friend back in Jackson who is a lifelong Tiger fan, Detroit Tigers. And he's a long-suffering fan. And now this joke, I just started using this about 2.5 weeks ago. I'd never heard it before. And ever since I started using this joke, they've been winning. So maybe I should keep telling this joke for a while. But the joke goes that this guy has been so disappointed by the Tigers so many years. Like last year, just when he thinks they're going to win a playoff series and move on, they lose. So he has finally decided that he's put in his will that when he dies, he wants the Detroit Tigers to provide him with 6 pallbearers. that will give the Tigers one last chance to let him down. That's his theory. I don't know how all that's going to work. Anybody ever have a pet tiger? No. Nobody? I guess that must be a Jackson thing, huh? Okay. Actually, I shouldn't say that because for the last 6 years now, I live in Hillsdale County, so. We're going to do a song now called When the Roll is Called Up Yonder. This is a hymn, an 1893 hymn, and there's some overlap between traditional jazz and religious music because a lot of these bands got started in the late 1800s and early 1900s playing as street bands for funerals. So, and we occasionally do a Dixieland funeral, so if you decide you want to someday have a jazz band play at your funeral, you can come up and grab a card, and if by some chance I happen to outlive you, who knows why that would happen, you know, we could still try it. When the roll is called up yonder.
when the road is full of yonder, 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 I'll be there.
All right, when the road was called up yonder. Great old song. I've got a couple of friends back in Jackson that have been married for a long time. And a couple of weeks ago, before the smoky weather came in, a beautiful evening, and they were sitting on their dock in the back, looking out, having a glass of wine, watching the sunset, just enjoying the nice, pleasant weather. And this lady finally said, you know, I love you so much, I don't know what I'd ever do without you. And her husband just smiled, and he said, now, is that really you talking, or is that the wine? And she said, that was me talking to the wine. So there is a lesson there, guys. When you think you've got a compliment, don't push it. Just figure, yeah, that's a compliment, that's nice. We're gonna play a song now that was written, I can give you the date. It was written on January 30th, 1912. And the reason I know that, it was written by a man by the name of Jack Judge, who was a performer in England, somewhere in England, I'm not sure exactly where. Excuse me. But he, one night he did his piano playing and his singing act, and he always had some original songs and some others that he would throw in. And he had several of his friends there, and they made him a bet that night after he finished on January 29th. They made him a bet that he could not, in one day, write a song that was good enough to put in his act the next night. And he'd had a couple of drinks during the performance, so he said, I'll take that bet for 7 shillings, which I guess was a fair amount of money at that time. So he was walking back to his flat, and he was thinking, how am I going to write that song? And then he overheard part of a conversation, and that conversation kind of inspired him. He didn't hear the whole thing, but he heard some guy talking to another fellow, and he said, well, you know, it's a long way to someplace. He didn't hear the rest of it. But he started thinking, well, I can do that. It's a long way to Paris. No, it's a long way to London. No, it's a long way to Tipperary, yeah. And that became the marching song for the English forces in World War I. And it's the only song that Jack Judge ever wrote that anybody remembers today. It's a long way to Tipperary.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest gal I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest gal I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there.
Long way to Tipperary. I've started a new diet recently. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. It's called the 3-week diet. Have you heard of the 3-week diet? No. Well, so far, I've lost 2 weeks. Not sure how well that's going to work. I have noticed, though, I've given some consideration to working out. So I've driven up to the Y a couple of times and parked there and looked at it for a while, thinking about going in. But what I've noticed is that the people that go to the Y to work out try very hard to find parking spots as close to the door as possible. And I keep thinking, doesn't that defeat the purpose? I think it defeats the purpose. All right, are there any country music fans here? Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna do a song now that we don't generally do country music per se, but this is a great song, and it was written by Hank Williams in 1948. And when Hank Williams writes a song, you don't want to argue, well, that's not country music. Of course it is. This is a song called I Saw the Light. And it was a song that helped Hank Williams deal with some of his demons. He fought alcoholism basically all of his life. And so it's kind of a combination, him, country music with a little bit of Dixieland thrown in for you. I Saw the Light.
I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light.
I saw the light. I think Johnny Cash used to have a great version of that. I really liked his version of that. And of course, Belinda does very well with it too. I read something the other day. Johnny Cash?
That was my Johnny.
Oh, that was her Johnny Cash version. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, no, but you know, men do make mistakes. And Red Skelton once said that all men make mistakes, but married men find out about them a lot sooner. I think that might be true. This month, of course, this month and this year, this is the 250th birthday anniversary of our country. So we're going to do a couple of patriotic songs for you here now. A couple of songs by George Cohan. We're going to do Yankee Doodle Dandy and then Your Grand Old Flag. These are awfully good songs, and it's just appropriate after 250 years to give a little salute to our country and our flag.
Yeah, I just thought you could listen in. I don't know if you did that.
You got a T-shirt with a flag?
All right, Yankee Doodle. All right, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Now we're going to do Your Grand Old Flag. Another George M. Cohan from right about 1904. Yankee Doodle Dandy and Grand Old Flag. But you know, no matter how patriotic we are, no matter how much we love our country, there's one thing that none of us really enjoy doing, and that's paying income taxes. And heard about a fellow who worked for Terminex, and he'd been audited 2 years in a row, and it was a terrible experience. And he finally decided, he kept looking at his income tax return, and he said, there's nothing wrong with these returns. They don't have to audit me. I have to find a way to make this out so that they won't audit me. And as I said, he worked for Terminex. So he noticed that he always put his occupation down as pest exterminator. So the next year he tried something different. He put his occupation as hired killer. And IRS never came back and spoke to him after that. So he found a very clever way to get out of it. We're going to do a song now right out of New Orleans, right out of Basin Street. It's called the Basin Street Blues. Basin Street was one of those historic streets in New Orleans, and 1928, this song was written by a native New Orleans man by the name of Spencer Williams, and it's kind of a neat song, the Basin Street Blues.
Down to New Orleans, the bands there to meet us, old friends to greet us, where old eyes and girls to meet. Come all along, this is Basin Street, Basin Street.
Thank you. Basin Street Blues. Good old traditional New Orleans song. There's a fellow down in New Orleans who lives on Basin Street, and his occupation is he sells burglar alarms. And he's having a hard time making a go of it. It's really hard to sell burglar alarms. But he came up with a strategy. He came up with an idea that's working out pretty well for him. What he does now is he goes around during the day and he finds houses that are empty where the people are gone, and he sneaks into the house and he puts his brochure for burglar alarms on the kitchen table. And then he finds out he gets calls right away from them saying, you know, I think maybe I do need that burglar alarm after all. So, good, yeah, creativity and good strategy. Another thing about New Orleans and Basin Street and all the other streets, there's a lot of heavy drinking down in New Orleans, a lot of it by the tourists and a lot of it by the locals. But the people down in New Orleans have a strong attitude that you should drink responsibly, don't spill any. We're going to do a song that was written in the city where we originated. Our band originated in Jackson, Michigan. And this song was written in Jackson in 1902. Name of it is Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home. Huey Cannon wrote this, and Huey Cannon was a musician in town, and he would often sing and perform at night in Dietrich's Bar. And his friend Willard Bailey, who was also a musician, used to come listen to him a lot. And Bill Bailey's wife used to call about midnight every night and say, "Send Bill home." So Huey Cannon wrote this song in Bill's honor. And the story goes that Huey Cannon sold the rights to the song for $25. I think he could have done better. And also, Bill Bailey thought that was a great song. He loved it, but Bill Bailey's wife didn't like it at all. Anyway, we're going to play it for you, and we hope you enjoy our version. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?
Screen door, Bill Bailey, aren't you sore? Stop a minute, won't you listen to me? Won't you see you hear my knowing desire and heard her cry? Sing it with me. Won't you come home now, baby? Won't you come home? I'm on the whole day long. I do the good and honey, I pay the rent. I know I'll find you. Remember that rainy evening I threw you out with nothing but a fine to go. I know I'm late, but I'm ashamed. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? I know I'm late, but I'm ashamed. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?
All right. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? That's, of course, played a lot down in New Orleans, but we know it actually came from Jackson. There are some people down in New Orleans that know it wasn't written in Michigan, it was written down here, but I've done enough reading about the song, and there are a lot of points of evidence that show that it was written in Jackson, Michigan. You know, Bill Bailey eventually did get a divorce from his wife, or wife divorced him, however that worked out. But that reminded me of something that Milton Berle said as far as how to have a long marriage. Because somebody asked him once, they said, you know, as an actor and as a comedian, you've had an amazingly long marriage to the same woman. How do you do that? And he said, well, my secret is I don't try to run her life, and I don't try to run mine. And I guess that worked for him. We're going to do a 1936 song now that's been in... Oh, well, this is a good song. They're going to like this one. This is a song called The Glory of Love, It was written by Billy Hill, recorded by Benny Goodman in 1936. It was a #1 pop hit. It's been recorded by just about everybody from Benny Goodman to Dean Martin, Jimmy Durante, Paul McCartney, Bette Midler. The list goes on and on. It's a neat old song, and some of the jazz bands out in New Orleans picked it up about 20 years ago. I guess a little longer, because the first person I heard play this was Al Hurt, the first New Orleans person. And gosh, he's been dead for at least 30 years now. So, but we're going to try for you now, The Glory of Love.
Last day.
All right.
You gotta give a little, take a little, before your poor heart breaks a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, before the clouds roll by a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of you, you got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with you, you got each other's arms. You gotta win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of As long as there's the two of you, you got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with you, you got each other's arms. You gotta win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
All right, we're going to do a quick song now called Mama Don't Allow. And this is one that people seem to like it, so we keep playing it. And Melinda will introduce the band during the song, and we don't even stop playing. We just keep playing while she talks. We're kind of rude that way, but that's the way it goes. Mama Don't Allow, and if you want a part in this, the key words for all of us to yell are "No, she don't," and you'll know when to do that.
Mama don't know no trump played around here. Mama don't know no trump played around here. don't care what Mama don't allow. He's gonna play that clarinet anyhow. Mama don't allow no clarinet played round here. Mr. Ken Forn, everyone. Mama don't allow no clarinet played round here. Mama don't allow no clarinet played round here. Joel Randolph, don't care what Mama don't allow. We're gonna play that piano anyhow. Mama don't allow no clarinet played round here. Mr. Joel Randolph. Mama don't allow no tube played around here. Mama don't allow no tube played around here. Dan Bickel don't care what Mama don't allow. He's gonna play that tuba anyhow. Mama don't allow no tube played around here. Mr. Dan Bickel. Mama don't allow no trombone played round here. Mama don't allow no trombone played round here. Phil Bickel don't care what Mama don't allow. He's gonna play that trombone anyhow. Mama don't allow no trombone played round here. Mr. Phil Bickel. Don't go away. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. We don't care what Mama don't allow. We're gonna play that Dixieland anyhow. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. We don't care what Mama don't allow. We're gonna play that Dixieland anyhow. Mama don't allow no Dixieland played around here. Yeah. Wow.
Well, thank you all very much. It's starting to rain, and so it's just time to quit. We had a great time. Thank you for coming out, and maybe we'll see you again in the future.
We have CDs available. We've got business cards if you're interested in taking some of our music home with you or with contacting us and getting us on your schedule for your event. We'd love to come and entertain you some more. Got lots of music we can share with you. Thank you very much, Hillsdale. You've always been a great audience. Thank you very much.